Okay. This is a new provision that we are proposing, notwithstanding subsection 1 or 2, where a person making a will is married or has children. Again, we are protecting the principal residential holding. This is the case as it is in our law now, but it's not spelled out. But now we are spelling it out in very clear terms, that notwithstanding your ability to make a will, where you're married, where a person making a will is married and you have children, the principal residential holding or any other residential holding shall not form part of the property to be disposed of in a will, and shall be reserved for the welfare of the testator, spouse, and lineal descendants. So you cannot wake up and give your matrimonial home in a will, you give it to your brother, or to your sister, or to your mother, or if you do, such gift is void, and it's not accepted, even currently, but it is not spelled out under the law. So now we've made it very clear that there are certain void bequeathments, and one of which is the principal residential holding. And still the purpose of this is to protect the family of the deceased from being left destitute and homeless after the death of a spouse. Clause 20, amendment of section 38. Section 38 provides for the power of the court to order payment out of the estate of the deceased for maintenance of dependents. Section 38 of the Principal Act is amended by substituting subsection 2A with the following. Subsection 2A right now reads, the provision for maintenance to be made by an order under subsection 1 shall be subject to subsection 3B, where the deceased estate produces an income by way of periodical payment, the order shall provide for their termination not later than, in case of a wife or husband, in case of a daughter who has not been married or who is by reason of mental or physical disability incapable of maintaining herself, her marriage, or the cessation of her disability, whichever is the later. So we just made it easier here and we said subject to subsection 3. Maybe we look at subsection 3 and see what it says. Subsection 3 says, the court may, if it sees fit, make an order providing for maintenance. So this order is by court for maintenance of dependents, in whole or is by part, or in whole or in part by way of a lump sum payment. So you can make this order for payment from the estate of a deceased for maintenance of dependents, either a lump sum payment or in part. So now we have amendment subsection 2 to read, subject to this section giving court power, where the deceased estate produces an income by way of periodical payment, and the order shall provide for their termination not later than. So this periodic payment terminate on the following. That is what is provided for in subsection 2. So now we have amended it to read, in case of a spouse, until you remarry, then the deceased estate won't have to keep paying you periodic maintenance. So it ceases upon remarrying. You voluntarily leave the principal residential house holding, or you misuse the principal residential holding, or you put it in disrepute. In the case of a minor child, until the child attains the age of 18 years. In the case of a lineal dependent who has not been married, that is still a child really. In case of a lineal dependent, a child but not under, a child who is above 18, that is why we are using different terms. So in case of a lineal dependent who has not been married, or who is by reason of some mental or physical disability incapable of maintaining himself or herself, marriage, or the cessation of that disability, whichever comes first. So in case you marry if you're above 18, or you have a mental or physical disability that makes it incapable for you to look after yourself. So whichever comes first, if that you become okay, you're healthy now, and you're above 18, then the maintenance from the estate should cease. If you marry, then it's assumed that you and your spouse can look after each other. Clause 21, substitution of Section 43 of the Principal Act. Section 43 of the Act reads, testamentary guardian. In death, you say, I will. Usually there's something wrong with the other parent anyway. By the time a deceased parent appoints a guardian, usually, but not always. So here it's saying a father, whatever his age may be, may by will appoint a guardian or guardians for his children during minority. What about a mother? So here we are saying we've amended that to read a parent. Both mother and father, a parent may by will appoint a guardian for his or her minor child. Then we've also included a person shall not by will. So we've included subsection 2 that we have here. A person shall not by will deprive another person of parental rights except where those parental rights were removed by court. So you cannot in your will say you leave behind your husband and you say, I appoint my sister as the guardian of my children, and the father of the children shall stop to have parental rights over the child. You cannot do that. That power is only granted by court. So you can only mention that, and it is enforced where parental rights were already removed by court for different circumstances. So we move on. Clause 22, substitution of Section 44 of the Principal Act. Section 44 provides for statutory guardian. Principal Act is amended by substituting for Section 44 the following. On the death of either a mother or father. Here it read on the death of a father. So now we've included a mother. So on the death of either a father or mother of an infant, where no guardian has been appointed by will of the father or mother of the infant, or if the guardian appointed by will of either the father or mother is dead, or they refuse to act, the following persons shall, in the following order of priority, be the guardians or guardians of the infant of the deceased first, the father or mother of the deceased, so the grandparents of the children, except where there is a court order prohibiting the surviving parent from being the guardian to the infant. So B, if the father and mother of the deceased are dead, or where there is a court order, the brothers and sisters of the deceased. So for the children, these are the uncles or aunties. Where those ones are also not there, they are dead. If the brothers and sisters of the deceased are dead, the brothers and sisters of the deceased father and mother, so grand aunties and grand uncles. Then D, if there is no person willing or entitled to be a guardian under 1A to C, all those might be there, but they are not willing to be guardians to the deceased's children. The court may, on application of any person interested in the welfare of the infant, appoint a guardian.